Why is your counter strafing so awful? That is one question you possibly already know, however you might not know how to fix it exactly. So today I'm going to be talking about why exactly your counter strafing is so bad, and also ways that you can fix this habit and improve on your movement and aim as a whole. I'm currently going through some of my games on Leetify, and as you can see, my counter strafing is very consistent over all of these games that I'm playing. It's around 80 to 90%, possibly even getting 97 in some of these. But these games that you're seeing are face elo about 2.7 to 3k elo on face it, and as you can see, some of these players even can't counter strafe at this level. And so do not feel like you're a noob or bad at the game for not being able to master this, as this is something that will take you a long time to do. But it's very important you keep watching this video to be able to get out of the habits of why you are not being able to counter strafe. So the first thing, guys, we need to be able to identify what exactly is counter strafing, okay? So counter strafing in CSGO is simply getting your movement from 150 units per second down to 0 units per second as fast as you possibly can. You do this by using the opposite key of your movement. So if you're going forward using W, you can use the S key to counter the velocity and movement speed and go back to 0 as fast as possible. Same with A and D. If you're strafing side to side, you use D if you're traveling left side on A, so you can counter strafe with the D key, and so on with the other side. If you want to be able to see this in game, you have to use the command CL_show pass 1. This will bring up a little box of information in the top left hand side for you where you can see your exact movement, and as you can see, it's capped at 250, and you can just practice getting that down to 250 to 0 as fast as possible. You can see me here in this Dust 2 clip practicing around, showing you the difference if you don't counter strafe around corners and if you do. See just how inaccurate the bullets are if you do not counter strafe to if you do. This is why it's so fundamental in CS and how important it is when you're peeking an enemy. If you're noticing you aren't counter strafing correctly, it is usually down to one thing mainly: making sure that you use the correct keys when peeking for an angle. For example, if you're going around a corner, you don't want to be using the W and A key at the same time to go around a corner to the left, as you'll be moving forwards and sideways at the same time, meaning you need to counter strafe using the S and W key to counteract this counter strafe. Do you understand? So meaning the less keys you're using when you're moving at one time, the easier your counter strafing will be, and also the faster it will be to slow it down. So when you are going around a corner, get out of the habit of using that W key to move. Please only use it if you have to go forward somewhere. Only go around corners using the A or D keys. The best ways to be able to practice these things are on empty servers and also workshop maps. The workshop map that I recommend you use is called Wiprack. If you don't have these maps, you can just simply download them off the workshop, and then after you load into one of the Wiprack maps, it will show you 7 different options across the walls. So the one that we will be using today to practice our counter strafing will be the pre-fire tool. When you're looking at the settings for this pre-fire tool, set the spawns to either 40 or 60%. That way the bots won't always spawn in the same positions, meaning whenever you restart and do the same run, the bots will be in different areas, meaning you have to check angles that you haven't done before. When you start playing these, remember what you are doing here. You are here to practice your counter strafing only. So focus on going around these corners using the D and A keys, and also practicing getting a feel for tapping the opposite key to get it perfect. The one thing I really want you to take away from this video is that you acknowledge that you are doing something wrong with your counter strafing. That is the first step to improving on anything in CS or in life. The most likely issue why your counter strafing is off is because of what I said earlier, from not only using one key at a time to move, meaning you'll have to use multiple keys to also counter strafe. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you learned something new, please hit the like button. I really do appreciate it, and also subscribe if you're new to the channel, as I wouldn't want you to miss out on any future content to come. It's Glaze, guys, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.